Yeah.
score. So I think it's going to be, we're going to have to at least get a 1-1 draw in this game. To be honest with you, is it possible? Yes. I I really hope we don't become one of those like the nearly teams where we play a good performance, but we don't get the results. We didn't get it against Australia. Played very well against the host nation. Now we're up against the high. I think actually the current FIFA Women's World Rankings, they're actually 7th and Australia are 10th.
That's right, yeah.
So by that judgment, Canada are probably just a little bit better than Australia, which is even more worrying. But yeah, I really
I would,
do
you know,
hope.
could have just as the rankings. I wouldn't be too concerned about them rankings because if you look there, Canada and America, US are in this is a CONCACAF or the American Federation, the equivalent of UEFA, would say. And there's an awful lot of very poor teams. You look down there, the biggest win Canada ever had was 21-0 against Puerto Rico. There's an awful lot of very poor teams in that area, and I'm not here knocking teams, but there is some very poor teams. And when Canada and America and US are playing the tournament, they're playing some poor teams, and you're winning them games. So that would kind of bounce up your ranking. So I would, but they're still a top team. They are the reigning Olympic champions. They have been regular competitors in the Women's World Cup. They're always thereabouts. We said, so they're a serious team. I would put them at the same level of Australia, but I wouldn't get too carried away with them rankings because sometimes they can be kind of slightly skewed.
Yeah, they can be, but they're a fine side, and it was a big surprise. But to be because I chalked down at least 2-3-0 win they would have against Nigeria, and Nigeria managed to frustrate them. As I said, they had a penalty save, so they're coming into this game a bit miffed. Paul, to be honest with you, they'll probably feel that they should be winning games against Nigeria, and they will see Ireland as an opportunity now to get the World Cup back on track. They will see themselves and Australia in the last group game as a battle for
top place.
Top place. Yeah. So this is a dangerous game. This is a massive game for Ireland. But I think we should take encouragement from the Australian game. I mean, we played in front of almost 78,000 people, so they weren't overawed. There's going to be massive support there for Ireland. I do think we need to keep, as I said in the last podcast, we do need to keep the ball a little bit better. We do need to attack a little bit more because I do think we're going to have to score. I think a draw. I'll take a draw all day here, Paul. To be honest, a 1-1 draw, and then hopefully maybe Australia can do us a favour by beating Nigeria, and then maybe holding Canada the next game, and then it's all or nothing. Then on the game against Nigeria.
I have to agree with you. The most important thing here, and I don't want to be sound, but we have to give our analysis on it, is not to get beaten. If we don't get beaten, that means the last game against Nigeria there's all to play for, and of course you're now hoping that Australia will beat Nigeria, and hopefully what's the name of Sam Kerr, the Australian captain and their top scorer, one of the top strikers in the world, hopefully she'll be fit for the last game against Canada. So we're actually now hoping, I'm hoping that Australia now will do us a favour, beat Nigeria, have Sam Kerr back at the last game, hopefully she'll be fully fit, and they'll beat Canada, and then that would leave it wide open. But if we lose to Canada, I believe we're out of it because Canada will have 4 points. Australia will surely get a result against Nigeria, even a draw, and that means we can't catch them. So I would say as long as we don't get because if we can draw this game and Australia beat Nigeria, we'll be on 1 point. Canada and Nigeria will be on 2, so a win in the last week will get us through. But look, I suppose you can't be going too far ahead. Just look at the game in front of you. But I think the most important thing is not to get beaten in this match.
Oh yeah, losing we're out, Paul. I think it's as simple as that. I think sadly with the give over the penalty against Australia has put us really on the back foot. Now I think we deserve to be in with a shout, and I think I take a 0-0 or 1-1 draw every day of the week. I think it'd be absolutely fantastic if we could sneak a 1-0 here. But it would be like many men's football matches. We've had big games. They've always been 1-0s, Paul. So hopefully it could be this one for the women. But look, I think we played well enough against Australia to give us more hope. I think we're all based in Australia. Maybe we might be overestimating Australia. Maybe Australia got a bit of the nerves there. They didn't play well as they should have. But the Sam Kerr loss was massive, as I said. So, look, I think midfield's going to be a big one. We need Denise O'Sullivan-Fish. We need maybe Sinead Farrelly playing well as again. She probably only can last 60, 70 minutes. Will Abby Larkin start? Just talk that. The performance that she made against Australia. She's only 18 years of age. I've seen a few interviews with her. She's just the personality is brilliant with her. She's she just can't
So,
believe it that she's
you know,
actually
just
at a
cutting
World
across
Cup.
your question for you. Do you think the manager, Vera Paul, is she going to start with the same 11? Or, of course, obviously fitness, we don't know. Are they carrying knocks? There's only 6 days of a gap, so maybe a player might be carrying a knock, but we don't know that. But as far as we know, do you think she'll go, if everyone is fit and available, will she go for the same starting 11? Or in your opinion, will she might make a change? Or what are your thoughts on that?
I think, Paul, to be honest with you, I think she's going to probably go with the same 11. I'd be surprised. I think Vera Pauw has sort of settled 11 now for a while. I think she played him in a few warm-up matches. She tried a few things. When the game against France, the really big test, she started the same 11 that she started against Australia. And other than injuries, I don't see many people breaking into the team. She has a sort of settled 11. So I think she's sort of a little bit cautious with us, with Ireland, maybe.
No, sorry, again, cutting across you. One of the criticisms, I heard someone saying they were comparing her almost to Trapattoni. We all know in 2012, Trapattoni had this kind of a settled team and a settled kind of a negative defensive. Now it went back, it backfired, of course, in 2012 because we were making the top teams. But is that a criticism or is that just a fair comparison?
Yeah, I'd say I don't know if it's a fair comparison, but I think it's a fair criticism that she is cautious. I think Vera Pauw would say herself that she plays the percentages. I think she's not like go out, but I don't think you can be with an Irish team. To be honest with you, whatever she's done that got us to World Cup has worked. We're solid at the back. We counter attack. We're a good counter attacking team. We did it against Scotland. Don't forget. I mean, if you look at the Scotland game, Scotland have a lot of the ball, but they didn't really create many chances because we defended so well, and we hit them on the counter attack. So the goal we got, Amber Barrett's goal, was a counter attacking goal. So it's what we're used to. To say, I even saw an interview with Katie McCabe after the game. We defended so well and we defend so much. And the interviewer asked her, and she said, "Yeah, we love it. We love being able to defend. It's our game plan. We know we're not going to keep the ball as well as other teams. Now, maybe we need to get out of that mindset. We should be able to try in the future to keep the ball as well as other teams. But probably it's not the time of the World Cup to be doing that, to try out a few things that we haven't done for a long, long time. Now, Canada, I just feel we have a good shot of getting a draw here. I know, obviously, that's the old 1-1, the old Irish way of 1-1 games, and how many big games we've drawn 1-1 in the men's football as well.
Yeah.
But I just feel Canada, like I said earlier on, I just can't see Canada not scoring in 2 games in a row here. Because with the profile they have, I think St. Clair is the captain. She's a very good player.
Just look at the stats. Her stats are unbelievable. She has 323 caps and 190 goals. Now, I do know the women play an awful lot of extra games than what the men's do, so that may be slightly skewed, but I don't care whether it's skewed or not. That is some ratio of games and goals. 190 goals in 320 matches is unbelievable.
Well, you have to be there to finish the chances, Paul, and there's a knack in finishing off a few players. Like, you could score a couple of yards out from the line, but you have to be there to put the ball in the net. And it's every goal is valuable in any game. So, yeah, we're under pressure. Canada highest ranked in the group. I know that the way you drew 0-0 against Nigeria was a poor enough game. I saw a few minutes of it in the highlights. They didn't really seem to be clicking into gear, Paul. They had a few half chances, and the penalty was the big one, Paul, that they missed. But we need to be wary. We need to be playing very well. We need a good big supporting part again. I'm sure we're going to get it.
Yeah, Perth is there's a big Irish contingent in Perth. I do know that. There's even people from my own parish and a lot of people in Clare who would be outside in Perth anyway, you know.
Yeah, so they're going to get massive support, Paul. I think it's the biggest game in women's football in a long time. I know, obviously, the last one was, but this is really, there's something really riding on this now. If we lose, we're out. So there's extra pressure there as well. Canada have that safety net, that type of point, that even if they were to lose, they're still in the competition. So it's all on us now. We need that draw. Obviously, the win would be massive, but I'll take a draw, 0-0, 1-1 draw all day here, Paul. I think we're capable of getting it, but we need to be as resolute as we were against Australia, and not have a moment of lapse of concentration like we did for the penalty against Australia, which was unfortunate. But I think if we didn't go up behind, Paul, I don't think we would have created those chances. So we've seen.
You mentioned there about the Irish keeper Brosnan. You did say against Australia she didn't have that many real, would say, point blank saves to make. So that Ireland are a strong defensive unit. Work hard out to field, good goal, even good the defensive, good and strong. So I can't see Canada open them up too much, so you're going to be talking very close, tight game. Do Canada play kind of a game on the break, or are they more of a kind of a passing team or getting on the ball, or what you're talking about?
I think given their results and given their position in the game, I think they're more possession based, Paul, and do create chances. I don't think they're going to be defending against us in a low block. I think they're going to try and have most of the ball. A bit like Australia, maybe play through the lines and then get out the wings. I think we'll be the ones that will be under the most pressure. To be quite honest with you, Paul, I don't think we're going to dominate the ball. We don't in most games anyway. So I think they're going to have most of the ball. They're going to try to play through us. I think get the ball out wide if that doesn't work. So I can see maybe a cagey enough game, given the way we play. I think if we're still in as a half time, obviously, because the fear I have, which is the big thing I have with this Republic of Ireland team, is if we go behind early on.
Yeah.
That's going to be a huge boost for Canada. Obviously, they've been frustrated from the last World Cup game against Nigeria. They want to put that right. If we go behind earlier on, that means the big pressure is if we were to concede another goal, 2-0, I can't see us coming from 2-0 down.
Yeah.
I see us coming obviously from 1-0 down, but I can't see us if we were to concede twice without an early reply. I can't see us getting 2 goals. We get 1, but I don't see us against the top teams scoring 2 goals, particularly when we need to.
The question for you. If it's 0-0, maybe going down to the last, or we're 1-0 down, maybe go down to the last 15 minutes. Do you think the manager will she have to maybe throw? I won't say throw caution to the wind, but will she maybe bring on Amber Barrett and the forwards and try and get a goal late on? Or if it's 0-0, we should just stay away and just take Cage in, see it out, or what do you think? Or we'll bring on subs be crucial if we're going to do it.
I'll ask the first part of the question first. If it's 1-0 with 15 minutes to go, I think she has to bring on Amber Barrett. We need goal scorers. We don't have many goal scorers from the team, Paul, to be quite honest. Now, the funny thing is, we've left a few goal scorers behind us. We have, I think it's Liam Kiernan. I think she plays, or Kiernan, I get the proper pronunciation. Yeah. But I think she plays for Liverpool. She's a goal scorer. She has been brought to the to the squad. Jamie Finn, I think, scored a few goals in qualification. Amber Barrett is a good striker. She got 2 goals in the warm-up games. Against Zambia, I think, but she's on the bench. She's eligible to come on. There was a standby list, Paul, as far as I remember. Some players do get injured, they can come in, but they can't play in the games. So yeah, I think if we're going to go the way we did against Australia, maybe she could push Louise Quinn forward and bring on Amber Barrett, and then get a few. If we're going to go long, have someone like Louise Quinn flicking it on, and then maybe Amber Barrett getting the knockdowns. I think we could do something like that. I think that might be more. It'd be more fruitful, I think, Paul, because I think if we're just going to put Louise Quinn up forward by herself, we're relying on good crosses and maybe good corners and coming into the box to try and get a few headers. I know that even with Katie McCabe, she's a good crosser of the ball, but Katie McCabe is one of the highest goal scorers in Ireland. I think the second to that is Louise Quinn, but to be fair, a lot of that is from set pieces. So if we're 1-0 down, if Louise Quinn is going to be pushed forward, I want to see someone like Amber Barrett in there around her to get it.
Just a question. Denise O'Sullivan was carrying an injury into the game, the warm-up game there against Colombia. How do you think, did she last out the game, or what do you think? Is she still suffering?
She lasted out the game. She said, I saw an interview with her. She said it was a bit sore, but the adrenaline took over, and she actually lasted the whole 19 minutes. If I'm not mistaken, there was 3 subs, and she wasn't one of them taken off. So she lasted the whole game. Now, obviously, the medical treatment, she needs to be fully fit. She needs to look after that injury, because there was doubts that she would be able to play in the World Cup. So we need to make sure that if she gets any late tackle or anything, that our hearts are going to be in her mouth, because she is one of our best players. We can't really manage this without her. So she needs to be careful. Obviously, the medical team will look after her now. She's got 2 days, fully 48 hours before the game. So maybe a small bit of light training, and then the day.
So Noel, coming towards into the podcast, and I'm going to have to put it, as the man said, I'm going to have to put a gun to your head. And again, I'm going to ask you and I do the same as well, to take off your Irish hat and maybe just try and be as neutral and impartial. Give what your thoughts how the outcome of this game.
I think it's going to be tight, Paul. I think we're going to make it tight. I think the more up in the game it is, I think that'll suit Canada. I just have a feel we might just nick a 1-1. I think Canada will score. I I think with the goal scoring record that Canada have and the way they play and what they're renowned for, Olympic champions, very good side. I just feel they'll score. But I think we will be able to nick a goal as well. And I'm hoping and praying that that'll be enough. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Right. I'm going to go for a draw, but I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw. A fairly safe prediction.